Thanks a lot, Kawhi Leonard. I would have never taken under 39.5 fantasy points on Russ had I known Kawhi was going to be out. So we caught a bad break there. Steph smashes through 47.5, no issues. And then Clay never shoots a free throw in a beating against the Kings. It's just frustrating across the board. We go 1-2. As far as I'm concerned, we went 1-1. You throw the Russ one out for bad luck. There's going to be times where we get the benefit of that sort of thing. This time, we just got the opposite end, which stinks. So we're back again today, closing out the work week. It's Friday, April 21st. We got the PrizePicks picks coming in for today. We got you guys signing up at Chalkboard. You see the banner at the top of the screen. Come talk and hang out with us. Whether it's PrizePicks or just regular sports betting stuff, we're just putting together a community. There's 1,500 of us in there right now. We're doing giveaways all the time. This is totally free. It's an app on your iPhone or your Android device. It's just a place to talk about sports. So come join us at Chalkboard and come join me in closing out this work week with 3 wins. We're going to get prop number 1, number 2, number 3, and then we're going to get the money. Let's do it. First one up is going to be over 34.5 fantasy points for Evan Mobley. We did this one in game 2. We're doing it again here in game 3. Now, I know that we're going to New York, but when you look at the Cavs, all of these starters are playing 40 minutes a night, potentially more. Evan Mobley is a fantasy point per minute guy. Even if you want to say that that's somehow less than what it should be, 34.5 fantasy points per minute implies that he's playing 34.5 minutes. That's an insane projection for Mobley's playing time. It should be 38, 39, upwards of 40 minutes. So just take advantage of the value of what we get during a playoff series. Increased and concentrated minutes to starters not being shown in this fantasy score prop that exists. 34.5 just isn't right. Take the over, take the value that we get from Mobley by the fact that he's going to play a couple extra minutes, and just lock it in now while you can. I'm going back to the Trae Young train here, over 40.5 fantasy points. I got this line set at 44.5, so we're about 4 points clear. And there's a couple reasons why I like this one in this spot. One, they're heading to Atlanta for game 3. You expect a little bit of a boost to the home squad coming back. This isn't a great series for Trae Young. It's not a great series for Atlanta. Boston's just better than them across the board. But if you're going to get that bump from anything, it's going to happen here in game 3. I think he's more likely to play a couple extra minutes if he can, because this is the spot where if you don't go for broke in game 3, the series is over. If you don't pick up the W here, you're down 3-0, you're probably packing it in mentally. But if you get to 2-1, your next game's at home, you're starting to feel like you have a little bit of life. And I think that's what happens here. I think we get the best Trae Young game that we can get. I think you might see 38, 39, 40 minutes from Young. And I think that he's just going to look for himself a little bit more on the Atlanta home court. So we're taking the over 40.5 for Trae Young. Finally, we're closing it out from a points perspective, and we're staying in that same game. We're going over 29.5 points for Jayson Tatum. I got it at 32.1, so we're like 2.5 points clear of this one. And the way that I'm seeing it is this. One, it was the highest gap between my projected points and a line, so I'm clearly going to pay attention to that one quickly. But two, I just love the spot. DeAndre Hunter's not the guy. They don't really have anyone that can slow Jayson Tatum down on the other side. Him going for 30 real points in a game where he might play 40 minutes just seems, I don't want to say safe because that wouldn't be the right word, but it just seems logical to me that we just get another very easy 30-point day out of Jayson Tatum. He's so good, and Atlanta just doesn't have the bodies to try to slow him down. It's not John Collins, and then you're sort of out. It's not Sadiq Bey. That's not happening. You're basically hoping that it's Hunter. So if you prefer the Jaylen Brown side of this one, I guess by all means go for it. But for now, I'm just going to look at Jayson Tatum, who's, you know, a very easy top 10 player in the NBA. Assume that he's not going to struggle here, gets his 30 real points, and we move on. There we go, folks. Picks are in. Trae Young over. Evan Mobley over. Jayson Tatum over. This is how we close out the work week. We're closing it out strong. 3-0. It's coming. Be ready for it. And now we're back again on Sunday, taking advantage of the momentum we're creating right now. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.